Brilliant Beauties. So today we wanted to talk about clarity. That's been the theme for the blog this month. Big theme for our life, especially as we wrap up this year, prepare for next year.
2019.
It's on the way. It's here.
It's here. No, it's
here.
On the way.
It's not even on the way
It
anymore.
is here.
Okay. So you may have remembered, we took a little break because we were trying to figure some things out, get some things together, make sure that we were truly being authentic before we started talking about tips and things that you should do.
The tips and tricks and life hacks when we can't even hack life.
Get your own life together, sir.
You worry about yourself.
Worry about yourself, okay? So we had to do some getting ourselves together, but we came back, figured it out.
Yep.
And today we wanted to talk about what that process looked like, share the behind the scenes, the behind the brilliance.
Oh yes.
Okay.
That's what we're here to do. That's what we do.
Sharing that journey,
Yes,
okay?
Lord.
So hopefully some of the tips that we share can be applied whether you have a blog or you're just going through transitions as you're prepared for the year. So
when it came time for us to reboot Becoming Brilliance back up, along with the decision that was the right thing to do,
right,
which we had to have an honest conversation about, just because we had taken so much time off and had transitioned so much in our personal lives,
right,
that we needed to kind of come back and make sure that Becoming Brilliance was even aligned with how we were trying to move forward with the rest of 2018.
right.
So that required us having a honest conversation about our desires, what we think it would take. Well, basically, I guess we needed to reflect a little bit, on our journey thus far in Becoming Brilliance, and how we saw it moving forward.
I think we had to think about like what our goals were, not just with the blog, but professionally, and just making sure that what we were creating on the blog was really laddering up to that, because at the end of the day it's like, why are you doing it if this is not really helping you get to where you want to be? So we had to be honest with ourselves, and then I think also talk about like what we had gone through. We both had experienced different things, and not knowing that like those life experiences was impacting the blog. So just keeping it real with each other. A henny. Which is so important, like whether you have a blog partner or business partner, but just reflecting, being self-aware and saying, okay, let me step a step back. I know I have all these goals and dreams and all these potential,
and
but
it sound good.
It sound good to be like, I gotta start a blog, we're gonna do all this, but life slaps you in the face. And sometimes you have to reset, regroup, and have these honest conversations with yourself or people in your life.
Yes.
And just make sure that like what you started is still the way that you want to go, because you evolve, you change, you gotta make sure that it's all aligning together.
Absolutely. That is congealing.
Okay.
Ooh, congeal.
Get into the I wasn't ready for that. So the second thing that we had to do after we reflected and had honest conversations with each other is we set themes. So your girl be all over the place in life, right? And I was like, I low-key feel like this blog is all over the place.
Need a little structure.
Okay. It was Melissa's idea, and I was like, I like that. Setting a theme, like clarity, that helps us when we're planning, stay focused, and then just kind of helps you as our Brilliant Beauty tribe kind of know what to expect, know where we're going, and
how
not
to follow us.
Right.
And not look at us like, where's this stuff from?
I mean, that was a good post, but like, what that gotta do with anything? So we were a bit more intentional and, like Melissa said, creating some structure around the blog so that we would be more consistent. We would have purpose, and I think just really excited about what we were doing, because like it gave us a round thing to focus on.
Right. I think it was exciting because we could pick the theme and then we build the post out around the theme. So it gives us an opportunity. First of all, it gets our creative juices flowing.
Okay.
Because when you
Wheels churning.
pick something such as like clarity, you should have seen us in the Starbucks. Like, you know, clarity it fits in all aspects of life, but to make it something that is of use,
right,
and make sure that it is, you know, on brand and something that you guys will be excited about, and we're just not talking out the side of our neck because the new year is coming.
It's so important that, you know, no matter what you're doing, as you're trying to find clarity, to just kind of set some structure. Absolutely. May not be themes, but some structure. But I would say also to be flexible too. Like, yes. You know, I think it was some other, like, we had clarity as a theme, but then we were like realizing some things was a little stretch, and we were like, let's take this out. We doing a lot. So it's like having some structure, creating some boundaries, but not holding yourself to like having to do that. But it definitely helps as you're guiding whatever you're doing in your life.
Absolutely. So the next thing that we did, you know, to keep our clarity train moving, was we decided to reverse engineer with our plan. Once we set our theme, and we would go through the weeks as far as what the post would be about. We also decided that in that same moment, while we were already there,
we had a plan in session,
in the moment,
okay,
and on track.
Look at some dates here.
Let's go ahead and pull your calendar out.
When are you available? When are we gonna shoot?
Hey now,
when are we gonna post?
Okay.
We don't got time.
So we would set what the blog post would be and what date it would post on. And then we'd be like, boom. So we would define like actionable goals.
Right.
I mean, actionable dates. As far as creating the content, as well as identifying what that content would look like.
Right.
Because we knew that we wanted to diversify our content as far as with video, making sure that we were, you know, using less stock imaging and creating our own imaging.
Right.
Whether we were writing, how much we were gonna write.
Because we know a lot of people don't be reading all that, you know. So we got to think about the person on the other end and like what they want to get out of this, and they probably want to see video, or they want to see high quality photos and stuff like that. So thinking of the content first was really helpful.
Yeah, and it was very helpful for us to do it while we had set the theme, as well as the what the post would be about, because we were already excited.
Right.
So we
on a high, like, oh, we're gonna do this.
So on the second week, we're gonna kill the game.
Okay.
But we just went ahead and defined how we was gonna kill the game.
Right.
Instead of being like, oh, this sounds fine, I don't know.
I'm gonna get back to you on
how it's gonna translate.
Yeah.
But it sounds fine.
Right. But it's gonna mess them up whenever I figure out what I'm gonna do.
Exactly. So
we're gonna figure it out.
We went ahead and did that. That way we could really be excited, because then we could set goals. And so whether we were meeting that one week, then we would decide like, hey, that the next week that we met would be creating content.
Right. Right.
And so, and then, you know, continuing to do that throughout the month and kind of scheduling it out so that we didn't have to feel, you know, pressure as far as taking pictures in one weekend and writing the blog post in one
overwhelmed
weekend.
It's like, this is supposed to be something that we enjoy.
Absolutely.
and also that fits into our life, right? Like, we all have so many other things going on, so when it's something that you really want to do, I think it's just like honing in on like, how are you going to do it, and being strategic about it, and like starting from the end goal and working your way back to make sure you're dotting all those I's, crossing the T's. Okay.
Yeah, reverse engineering like is the GOAT for like, and this could go for any other thing that you are tackling in life. I say for your goals, do the same thing. You set the goal. What are you trying to accomplish?
Baby steps. How you gonna
then go back and figure out what it is that you would need to do in order to reach that goal, instead of just being like, boom, I set the goal. Then we're gonna rock out.
We're gonna see how it come together. But like, no.
Let the chips fall where they may, or not.
How is that goal gonna come to life if you're not like really being strategic and plotting and
intentional about
how it's gonna be done.
Absolutely. So that was a super big part of why we were able to come back with the bang.
Right.
And keep
it up. Right,
it coming.
exactly. Because it's one thing to be like, oh, we did great one month, and then the next month it's like, oh, actually, time got ahead of me, you know?
Right.
So this helps you get ahead of time that you can apply to, you know, any part of your life.
Absolutely.
So that's how we got back on track after having a few months off of the vlog, trying to figure some things out.
Oh, yes.
So we think that those 3 things can be applied no matter what you're trying to get clarity around. So to reiterate. Number 1.
Numero uno.
Okay? Is to reflect. Have honest conversations with yourself, with people in your life, your team, your tribe. Squad girls. Just have honest conversations and really think about what you're trying to do, where you're trying to be, and just resetting so that you can have a very clear vision on what you're trying to do.
Absolutely.
Number 2.
Número 2.
Is to have an outline, a little more structure, but not too much structure.
Not too much structure. You know, feel free to switch the swag up.
Okay. You gotta be fluid and flexible, but you also have to have a little guidance.
Right. Just gotta.
And for us, themes helped us. So themes may not be your thing, but whatever it is to help you have a little bit more outline and what you're doing to have clarity and make sure you're staying on track on your goals.
That's it.
That's it.
And lastly,
number 3,
and my personal favorite, is reverse engineering.
Bring it back. Bring it back.
Bring it back. Because honestly, it's all great and good, you know, to have an outline and structure and things.
To reflect and have this idea and vision, but
and write all that down. It's real cute, but it ain't nothing unless you set out how exactly you're gonna work it out. You know, moving backwards, setting actionable dates. You know what I'm saying? Establishing what the content will look like,
starting from the end. And then
working to how you can achieve, how you get to the finish line. So those are 3 things to keep in mind so that you have a prosperous year. 2019 is our year. Okay. We out here, and we hope that those 3 things you keep in mind, and it helps you get clarity in what you're doing so that you can just be flourishing. Yes, Lord.
Okay.
We'll see y'all in 2019.
Peace.